Hi, yeah, welcome to my channel. It's been exactly 6 months since I started making Authortube content, and I figured what a better way to celebrate than to do this thing that I've been procrastinating on for the past 6 months. And when I say procrastinating, what I actually mean, of course, is that I had far too much imposter syndrome to actually call myself an Authortuber or an Authortube newbie for that matter. But Violet told me to do it, so we're doing it. Question 1. How did you find out about Authortube? This was a complete and utter coincidence. I was watching a friend's video and scrolling through the comments, as you do, and I noticed a certain comment by someone. That username is so strange. How can you possibly call yourself a writer unless you're famous? That's against the rules, right? And also, you can't actually talk about writing on YouTube. It doesn't work because you can't show your writing, so it'd be stupid to do so. About 5 hours later, I had binge-watched the entire backlog of writing videos and gone down a massive rabbit hole and eventually found Kate Kavanaugh and fallen in love with writing blogs. This happened in December 2020. In January 2021, I was filming my first writing vlog. It made sense for me because I already had an active YouTube channel and I was starting to make the switch towards art vlogs anyway because I didn't really like the draw with me videos that I was making at the time. But I am so happy that I found this community. I love everyone in it so much. And okay, do not get soapy now. Soapy is for the final question. Question 2. What genres do you write in? Primarily fantasy, but I've been toying around with some sci-fi ideas in my head lately. Question 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? I write past tense third person limited, and I try to aim for adult or new adult, although apparently my characters have a tendency of seeming a bit younger than I mean them to, so there's that. Question 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or a planter? I would probably call myself a pantser with a newly found love for outlining. Question 5. Are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I'm gonna go with yet to be published. I did technically publish a poem in an anthology once when I was 15, but seeing as I can't find my copy of it and have forgotten how the poem went in the first place, we're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. I also haven't actually written poetry since I was 16, so you know, that was a short-lived career. Question 6. What is your dream publishing house and or literary agent? I would like to be self-published because I have a stupidly large ego and like to do everything by myself. So the answer to this is I am my own dream publishing house. Question 7. What Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I have a hybrid channel, meaning I am actually still making art videos, just not as frequently. I have a series of hybrid monthly vlogs in which I talk primarily about writing and art. Occasionally there's crochet, cross-stitching, bookbinding, stamp carving, anything else that I fancy doing that particular month will be in that video. Note that I am not making these every single month anymore because I found that vlogging every single day of my life was a bit too much, so I'm taking like a month off in between every one, at least. We'll see how that goes. I also want to make more tag videos because they're faster to edit, and also there was this one week about 2 months ago where people went a bit mental and tagged me in 3 videos in the same week, and I haven't done any of them. So there's 3 tag videos coming up, and I'm so sorry it's taking me so long, but in my defense, basically every video except for this one was already in progress at the time at which everyone tagged me in those videos. On top of the Authortube content, you can expect the occasional draw with me video, which is basically like an Authortube chatty talk to the camera video, except with a painting time-lapse so that I can actually read my voiceover rather than memorize it. And the occasional art challenge video, which I am currently working on one that I'm super excited to share with you. Hopefully that'll be up in about a month and a half or so. I also have a bunch of secret extra projects lined up that I'm so excited about, but at my current rate it'll be up in a year or 2, so I'm not gonna tell you what they are at this point. Question 8. When did you start writing? I'm honestly not entirely sure on the exact age, but I reckon it would have been around when I was 12 or 13. I used to carry a notebook around with me at school and just write by hand during break times because I didn't have friends. However, I did have a 5-year writing slump during the time I was at university and only seriously picked it up again until the pandemic started, so this is also my first time actually writing something past draft 1. All of the writing that I did as a kid was just discovery writing and never going back and revising anything. I was just writing entirely for fun. I'm still writing for fun now. I'm just trying to push myself a little bit further and actually finishing something and writing something I'm proud of and actually want to read again. Question 9. What was the first story you ever wrote? Okay, the first story that I can actually remember writing was a fantasy novel based at a boarding school, and this creepy ass shadow monster jumps in through the window, kidnaps this person's roommate and tells the other girl to go follow him and fight him in this forest, presumably because he was bored. And then it happens to be that this other girl, there's a prophecy around her in which she's destined to kill this shadow monster, and all of the creatures in the forest that are originally her enemies start helping her. I'm starting to see some resemblances to my current whip, and I don't like it. It wasn't very good in either case. Question 10. What authors have inspired you writing the most? Honestly, do not know. Basically everything that I used to read as a kid. Lord of the Rings was a big one, Harry Potter was a big one, the Aragon series was a big one. Inkheart was also a big one. The Hunger Games series and Divergent also really inspired me. I absolutely loved and probably still love Divergent. I spent a really big proportion of my childhood just reading stories, so it was natural for me to also want to write them one day. Question 11. Do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? I tend to primarily write when I feel like it, when I get the urge to write, because that's what makes it fun for me, and I don't want to push myself to write when I'm not up to it. However, I do time track my writing, and when I notice that I haven't been writing very much in a particular month, then I do adjust that and try and force myself to write a little bit more, because generally what that means is I'm stuck on a difficult scene and I'm not gonna feel like writing that, so I do need to push myself. Question 12. Do you write on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those, and where do you write in general? I write on my laptop and primarily on my desk, although sometimes for a treat I will sit on the sofa behind me so that the dinos can keep me company and help me out with difficult scenes, because they're cute. Question 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're part of Authortube? Honestly, having friends, it's insane to me how quickly I got to know people in the community. Like, I was not expecting this at all. It just sort of happened. I was making art-only content for almost a year, and I don't think anyone was watching it other than my boyfriend, and I started making Authortube content, and now I'm part of the community and I have friends already, and this is really, really wild to me, and I'm just looking forward to continuing to get to know those people better and also make new friends and just have lots of fun writing with lots of people. I'm also really looking forward to talking about writing with other people. I have a stupid amount of imposter syndrome. Like, it's so bad. I've been hiding the fact that I'm a writer for most of my life. I literally have a friend from uni that I'm actually pretty close to. Like, we do get on pretty well and I trust him quite a lot. And he came to me one day and told me that he was starting to write a novel and he was really excited about it. And my natural reaction to this was to do what any normal person would do and not tell him that I also write novels, and instead spend an entire year asking him how his novel was going, so that he would one day ask me, hey, do you also write by any chance, because you seem very interested in this. And at that point I said yes. But it took me a year. So I think when I found Authortube and like there were other people that wanted to talk about writing and like I really wanted to be a part of it, like something just sort of burst in me, and all the writing talk that's been in my head just exploded. And now I'm here and you can't get rid of me. Hello. But seriously, thank you so much to anyone that's welcomed me into this community already. It's been so nice to make friends with you guys and like talk about writing with other people. This is so fun. And I am aware that I just sort of came out of nowhere and never introduced myself at all, so this is my introduction of sorts. Hello. Make sure you check out Writing Violet if you haven't already, because she's the person that gave me the confidence to film this in the first place. And yeah, 6 months on Authortube. Wow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this far. I make videos every second Wednesday, so if you want to stick around for those, I would love to have you. And I hope that you have a fantastic fortnight, and I will see you next time.